under-promising and over-delivering. So if you know, for example, that your service to complete an installation is gonna take, let's say, 4 weeks, right? Tell them it's gonna take 6. And then when it's done in 4, there you exceed the expectations, right? A lot of this is really just exceeding their expectations. High quality communication. If things go bad, are you communicating to them? Being referable. This is probably one of those things where it's like, hey, do we really need to cover this? But actually, yeah, I made a whole slide for it. Because how many of you have ever showed up to an appointment late? Right? How many of you have ever promised your customer the world and then didn't deliver on it? Right? To be referable, you have to be under-promising and over-delivering. So if you know, for example, that your service to complete an installation is gonna take, let's say, 4 weeks, right? Tell them it's gonna take 6. And then when it's done in 4, there you exceed the expectations, right? A lot of this is really just exceeding their expectations. High quality communication. If things go bad, are you communicating to them? A lot of times when things go bad, we're like, oh, we don't want to reach out to the customer. We don't want to tell the customer about this because it's like a difficult conversation. But actually what we find is that if you actually just reach out, you have good quality communication, and you just keep them in the loop so they know what's going on, it mitigates a lot of the challenges you guys might face when it comes to customer service. Asking for referrals, believe it or not, a lot of people don't even ask for referrals. Being on time, being relatable, being fun, being positive, be professional. Would you ever refer somebody that you worked with if you thought they were like a rookie or they did a subpar job? Be a professional. This is actually pretty funny. So this is where we get into the meat of the message here, right? Passive referrals versus active referrals. So many people that I talk to, when I'm asking like, okay, well, how do you ask for referrals? And they give this like weak question where they're like, oh, hey, by the way, do you know anybody that might want to use our service? Do you know anybody that I could reach out to? And it's like, is that really your approach to getting referrals? So I'll let you know. That's what you get when you ask like that. Hey, do you know anybody that I could speak to? Anybody ever ask for a referral? And they go, yeah, sure, I'll let you know. Anybody ever got that? Yeah? Well, let me tell you, it's kind of like, any single guys in the room? You ever ask a girl out and she says, I'll let you know? Does that date ever come through? No, right? Getting referrals is the same way, right? Active referrals, though, is a systematic approach. It's a step-by-step process where we're sitting down, and the way I like to look at it is there's 2 sales in every sale. There's selling them on the product, and then there's selling them on giving you referrals. All right, it's selling them on the product and then selling them on giving you referrals. Culture, a referral culture. How many of you are individual reps? Show of hands. How many of you are owners? Okay, cool. So for the owners in the room, do you guys have like a sales leaderboard that you guys go over, right? Do you have a referral leaderboard in your office that you guys go over, right? So when we're talking about a culture, especially when it comes to the office, like, are you promoting this on conversations? Do you have what's your belief about getting referrals? Hey, they trickle in every now and then, or is like referrals is what we do? We get referrals, right? When I used to run a 𝐃𝐿 office and I'd call in, the reps would call in from their appointments. Yeah, I'd ask them, hey, how did it go? We got the sale? Cool. How many referrals did you get? And it was literally just an expectation that we got referrals, right? And it bled through in everything that we did. Promoting it on phone calls. Hey, did you hear John just got 15 referrals from his last appointment? Cool, right? On meetings, incentivize it, contests with customers, right? And especially after this approach I'm gonna show you, when you guys start getting a ton of referrals, as you guys are going through sales appointments, name dropping, mentioning who referred you, how you know this person, how you know that person. Literally getting a perspective. So I'm gonna show you this here in a second. And everybody that gives you referrals, through this process, you want to have them sign a sheet of paper, for example. And after you do 50 or 100 appointments, you're going to have like a book full of people that have referred you to other people that you've got on this point. And then literally on the appointment, you're like, yeah, hey, we got this really cool, I'm going to get into this in a second, but we got this really cool program. You can see all these people that help me out with referrals. And you want them to think like, damn, everybody just refers this guy or gal, right? What kind of results would you expect to get if your sales pitch was one sentence? 1 or 2 sentences. So why would you expect to have a different result when it comes to getting referrals? Right? So here's the 7 steps that I broke down on asking for referrals properly. Okay, this is like that second sale that I was talking about. So after everything's done, after everything's wrapped up, this process does take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, right? To do properly, to actually sit down and get a list of names and numbers of homeowners that you can go and see. So step 1, purposeful rapport. Everybody here has heard of rapport, right? So what I want to ingrain with you guys is purposeful rapport. These are asking questions to understand how your appointment here, your prospect, your client is connected in the community, so that when you ask for referrals later, you can give them thought joggers. So, yeah, hey, how long you been in the neighborhood? Cool, if they've been there a long time, they probably know some neighbors. You get along with your neighbors, you got family in the area, you got kids in the area. How old are your kids? Right? Do you guys go to church? Where do you go to church? You got, you're part of the PTA. These are little things. Again, this is all done throughout the appointment. This is not like sitting here asking a million questions to understand how they're connected in the community. This is just throughout the appointment, you're asking questions to understand who they might know. And this is gonna help you at the end. When you start to get that list and you start to get them to start writing down names and numbers, you're gonna use this as thought joggers. So this purposeful rapport is literally giving you ammo, so at the end you can be like, oh yeah, you remember you said your brother lives right across the street. Oh yeah, you can go ahead and put him down, right? So purposeful rapport, ask questions with purpose, not just like to, shoot shit and whatever. You think that you're supposed to be doing this thing called rapport, right? So set the frame. The other thing that I would do is right at the beginning of the appointment, I would share three things. Usually it's a value proposition 1, value proposition 2, and then the third thing I would mention would be like, hey, by the way, I just want to do a really good job today, maybe impress you a little bit with what I know, so you feel comfortable recommending me to everybody that you know. So I'm already telling them up front towards the beginning of the appointment that I'm going to ask you for referrals.